Yesterday was one of the most dramatic days in football. Everyone was going crazy. This is the first time in a long time since the Messi-Ronaldo era where I was actually interested in what the fuck will happen in the Ballon d'Or. At the end, Rodri won it. For me, personally, I think that Vinicius deserved to win it, based on him being the best player. If we say who was the best player last season, yes, Vinicius was the best player. And if we speak about Rodri, he also absolutely deserves it. If we go by the second player who should win it after Vinicius, yes, Rodri. Rodri deserves to win it. Rodri was unbelievable. He also was one of the best players. So him winning the Ballon d'Or won't take anything away from him and how good he was last season. So if you hate on him, you are stupid. Now let's talk about the important thing. Why do I believe that Vinicius didn't win it? There is actually two explanations in here. The second explanation is probably the most likely one to be true, but just focus with me. We're gonna go step by step explain why Vinicius didn't win the Ballon d'Or. The first explanation for me is that Ballon d'Or has criteria: individual performances, decisive and impressive character. Second one is team performances and achievements, and the third one is class and fair play. Let's put a rating out of 10 for every player. I'm talking about Rodri and Vinicius for every criteria for their national team and their clubs, not only for their club Real Madrid, okay? Because this is the Ballon d'Or. It's meant to be given to the best player in the world for both the club and the national team. Not only the club, because if you speak about only the club, there is a trophy for that. It's called the UEFA Champions League best player, or I don't know. They give it before the draw. For now, you have to talk about both of them. First, individual performance, decisive and impressive character. Let's start by their national teams. You have Rodri. Rodri, as performances he had last season, he was unbelievable. He was so good. He was one of the best players in the world. For his national team, I will give him a rating 7 out of 10. He wasn't the best player at Spain. He was good for Spain, but he wasn't the best player for Spain. This is a fact. Fabian Ruiz, he was better than him. I know he won the best player at the Euros, but I still don't see it fair. But still, for his national team, he was good. For his club, he was slightly better in his club than his national team. Just a little bit. I will give him 8 out of 10. For Vinicius, for his national team, brother, 3 out of 10, and that's me being generous just out of respect of what he is doing in here. That's it. But brother, national team, Vinicius, brother, he is so bad. If you tell me, oh no, he was good, at least scored 2 goals in Copa America. No. Look, my friend, you are speaking in here about a Ballon d'Or winner. Tell me one Ballon d'Or winner that was bad for his national team. No one. Apart from Benzema, but you guess me, Benzema's situation is different because he didn't even play. But apart from that, everyone tried. And I'm not saying for him to try to actually win them the Copa America and win them the World Cup. No. Perform, that's it. And don't actually find the excuse of telling me, oh, no, but Brazil is different from Real Madrid. No, we're talking about in here about Vinicius. He has one of the best 1v1 abilities in the world. Bra can dribble anyone. So, a lot of times in Real Madrid, he takes the ball from the midfield, the center of the field, and actually goes crazy with the ball. No one can stop him until you will find him in front of the goal. But in Brazil, bro, they give him the ball and motherfucker do a rainbow flick. Does he even care? I'm sorry, but this is the truth. You are playing for your national team. You need to try to help them qualify to the fucking World Cup. Not by himself, I understand. It's a team game by the end of the day, but still, try. He doesn't try. And I watched every Brazil game, by the way. So, for him, 3, and that's me being generous. 3 out of 10. For his club, 9 out of 10. 9.5, 9 out of 10. I mean, look, if we talk on individual performances, decisive and impressive character, 9.5. Yeah. I mean, I'm not speaking about the beginning of last season because he struggled a lot, but at the end, when it mattered, when they needed his individual performances, when they needed him being decisive, when they needed his impressive character, yes, brother showed up. 9.5. Perfect. Now let's talk about team performances and achievements. For Rodri, with his national team, he achieved what should be achieved. I'm sorry. And he helped. We're speaking about his team winning everything, his national team winning everything. Yes, they won the Euros, which matters. So 10 out of 10 when it comes to his national team. For his club, he won everything with his club apart from the Champions League. Judging by City is a big club right now. When you don't win the Champions League, it's important. I'm sorry. It's important for City to not winning it. Yeah, it's gonna make the difference. Judging by City are a big club. For his club, I will put 8 out of 10. For Vinicius with his national team, he didn't achieve shit. Like, what the fuck even gave him? Just out of respect of Brazil, just 1 out of 10. He didn't win nothing. Their greatest achievements is probably getting to the quarterfinals of the Copa America, struggling to qualify to the World Cup. Brother, with his national team, 1 out of 10. And 1 out of 10 are just like me. I love Brazil. That's it. And for his club, 10 out of 10. Real Madrid won La Liga. They were the best team in Spain, and they won the Champions League. They were the best team in the Champions League, and they actually helped a lot by achieving both of these trophies. So yeah, 10 out of 10. Nothing to discuss in here. Before you say, how can you put national team and club on the same level? Yes, I'm sorry, this has to be put in. Like last summer, there was two big competition for national teams also, the Euros and the Copa America, which are also important, so much important for the players. I'm sorry, but this is a fact, so you have to respect them. We ain't in here comparing the Nations League. No, we are comparing important trophies, important games. Now let's talk about the class and fair play. This one that's created a lot of drama yesterday, judging by a lot of people saying, oh, Vinicius this, Rodri this was the reason. I don't see that this was the reason, but part of it. Overall, this one we can't say national team and club, but let's talk overall. Rodri is also, he had some crazy moments, I can't lie. That choke, the red cards, yes, he loses his composure from time to time. Vinicius loses every time. That's the problem. They are not both perfect when it comes to controlling their emotions mid-games, but Vinicius, holy shit, man. Like, trash talking is beautiful. Trash talking is part of football. If someone tells you, oh, don't trash talk in football, how about this, okay? For example, when you ever pass one, trash talk him. When you win a game, trash talk him, motherfucker. Like, trash talk is beautiful. Trash talk is part of any sports, not only in football. It creates more excitement for the game. For Vini, he does it a lot of times, which is sometimes, I like it, I can't lie. I enjoy it when he starts fighting with players. Fighting as like a football term. Talking shit, for example, the last game against Gavi, that was beautiful. That's competition between two rivals. That's what I like. But sometimes when a player tries to show respect and he doesn't show his back, he starts provoking another player that did nothing to him, gets involved in a lot of drama with players that they didn't do nothing, they were just minding their business. Then yeah, Vinicius does it a lot of times, basically every game. Even with the ref, he always fighting the ref, always talking shit to the ref, saying some bad things to the ref. That's a bad look. I'm not saying that Rodri is perfect, but you get me. If I have to give it a class and fair play, I will give Vini 2 out of 10, and for Rodri I will give it 5. So this is all the ratings, okay? I know that y'all motherfuckers disagree, but I'm just trying to find an explanation in here. I'm just trying to discuss with y'all if this makes sense or not, because the ratings I gave, for me, they look perfect. Now let's add all of them and you will understand what I'm talking about. For Rodri is 38 out of 50, and for Vinicius is 25.5 out of 50. I mean, he passes, but you get me. Brother, this is the truth. This is me being honest in here. Even if you told me, oh, you weren't fair when it comes to his national team ratings, I'm sorry. But with his national team, brother is not good. Brother is not a Ballon d'Or winner. I'm sorry. With his national team, he's not even top 20 in the world. I'm not saying that, oh, everything should be based on his national team. No, it's 50-50 between the national team and the club. Yes, and I don't give I stand by it, even though that he plays a lot of games with his club, the national team, but still, it matters. And I'm sorry, it matters, and it matters a lot. Now let's talk about the second important reason for this. Yesterday, when the Ballon d'Or was played, it was announced that UEFA has partnered with Ballon d'Or, France Football. And I hope that explains everything. Super League, Real Madrid, Florentino Perez. You get me. I'm not saying something, but it looks like, yeah. It's because of the Super League, basically. If they partnered with the UEFA, yeah. The Real Madrid is not winning any Ballon d'Or next season. They need to pull Messi 2012 performances for a Real Madrid player to win it. Like, I think they were gonna give it to one Real Madrid player in the future just for the thing, oh, we are not biased, we actually respect all the players, all the teams, as long as they perform good. Look, we are not doing this, we are giving it to who deserve it. They will actually do it. But this year, yeah. Since I heard it, I was like, okay, yeah. This is the main reason, basically. This is the main reason why he didn't win it, because of the Super League and the bad relationship with Florentino Perez. Do I say that Florentino Perez cost Vinicius the Ballon d'Or? Kind of, but big part of it is fucked up. Bro, the player has nothing to do with this. Brother is just playing football. And something I didn't like yesterday about all of this, how Real Madrid players react. All these players back and their teammates respect, but at the same time show some respect to Rodri. Like, the brother won it, and y'all in here acted like Rodri was the reason for all of this happening. Brother has nothing to do with it. He actually had a good season. He didn't just win it because he was awful and they just wanted to give it to someone apart from Vini. No, actually vote for it. Show him some respect. I know that bro doesn't give about social media, but at least show some respect and be an example to the others. That was bad, and them not showing up to the Ballon d'Or, it's actually disrespectful. I'm sorry, but this is the truth. I'm sorry, but that's disrespectful. No one showing up from Real Madrid, even though Ancelotti won the best coach, even though Mbappe won the best striker with Harry Kane, even though Real Madrid won the best team in the world. Like, there is a lot of trophies, a lot of achievements that players and staff from Real Madrid and even coaches should have been there out of respect. That's it. Everything is not about the Ballon d'Or. City would have still showed up even if Vinicius won the Ballon d'Or. Last season Haaland showed up even Messi won the Ballon d'Or. They do it every time. They think they own the f***ing Ballon d'Or. I'm sorry, but this is the truth. You don't own shit. Okay, you need to show up, show respect and move on. That's it. Nothing will change. If you didn't show up, did something changed? If you didn't show up, you proved the point. You proved nothing. This was just disrespectful. That's it. Basically, there is no other explanation. I'm sorry. I'm not going to the Ballon d'Or to watch someone other than Vinicius win it. I'm sorry, but bro, this is selfish. Also, let's speak about something else. Let's talk about how Vinicius reacted to this. He put a tweet saying that I will do this 10 times again. Perfect. Perform, my brother. You should be doing good. The fans that say, oh my god, he deserved this. Look, my brothers. If you believe that Vinicius is one of the best players in the world and he has the talent, that Vinicius has the talent, he can actually change the game. He can actually play good and be considered one of the best players in the world. He has the talent and the ability to do this. And we saw him do it in the big games. All he has to do is to actually be consistent. That's it. And show up also with Brazil. If he does this, no one will take away the Ballon d'Or from him. Be a little bit more respectful. Keep the trash talk and be a little bit more respectful. That's it. And it's not something crazy. I believe that Vinicius can do all of this. He will win it in the future. If you believe in him, he will win it. Playing good, focusing on the game, and take this as a motivation. And don't start complaining every time about it. So it's not a problem if he doesn't win it this year. He's still 20 what? 23, 24? I don't know. He's still too young. He still has 10 plus years in the game. And he can still be in his prime. He can win it again. It's not like Lewandowski. I'm sorry, that brother got disrespected in the 2020 Ballon d'Or. They should just give it to him, but because of lockdown and everything, yes, that was a robbery. I'm sorry, but lockdown robbed Lewandowski of that. And he was old, but he actually performing good right now and showing the world that he still got it and he might go for another Ballon d'Or. But apart from that, no. Vinicius still has a lot of time and he's still playing at one of the biggest clubs in the world. So he still has a lot of times, a lot of chances to win it again. Real Madrid will probably win the Champions League in the next 10 years again. So he has a lot of time. The only problem with this, looking now at it, I believe that there is a big problem with Vinicius and him winning the Ballon d'Or. I can see him not winning it again. How? Mbappe. Fast football, the name has the keyword. Mbappe, the captain of France. Now every achievement that Real Madrid will get from the Champions League winning trophies, everything, yes. Mbappe will take all the credit for it. And if they're gonna give a player from Real Madrid a Ballon d'Or, the first one that will take it is Mbappe. This will happen again. And how Vinicius will react after that, we will see in the future. But for now, I think if Real Madrid wins the Champions League, for example, this season, even though that ain't happening, Mbappe will get it. There won't be rumors. They will announce it 1 month earlier. They will give it to Mbappe no matter how or who or what or where. So Vinicius, yes, might have difficulties as long as he is teammates with Mbappe at Real Madrid. He will have difficulties to win the Ballon d'Or again. I hope he even wins it one time in the future, but this is it. Brother, what's a week for Barcelona? I'm sorry. This week doesn't seem real. Winning Bayern, winning Real Madrid, and Vinicius losing the Ballon d'Or. Like, holy shit. Brother, is there a plot twist in here? Am I dreaming or something happening? Brother, I'm scared now. Hopefully nothing gets taken away from us because this shit is too good to be true.